Hey everyone, sorry about that. Power went down again and then came back up. And I had to wait for the internet to reconnect, etc, etc. But yeah, I'm back now anyway. Hopefully it'll stay up. That is, as I said in just the general chat on my Facebook comments thing, where you can sort of chat with leave messages and stuff for subscribers and so on, which I've never really done before, mind you. This is 4 times in 2 weeks, plus 2 brownouts in 2 weeks. So, yeah. There's something going on with our power supply and all of the rest currently, so I'm hoping my hand will hold out to place these AVs, but I keep trying to practice it to try and keep some function and capacity in my hands and wrists. I do. Fourth time in 2 weeks that we've had the power go out on us, and we've also had 2 brownouts in that time frame as well. All I'll say is thank goodness for battery operated lights. Oops, and I nearly sent everything flying then. Goodness for battery operated lights, or else it would not be safe for me to get around in this place with the power outages we've been having. So I've gotten lucky that I've had battery operated lights and stuff available. These aren't properly pressed into the glue yet. I will do that as I add more colours around them, kind of thing. So they're a bit properly placed on the glue at this point. They are. The best I can. I may have to stop every now and then just to rest my hands with the drills and stuff too. keep trying to do the tweezer placement to try and keep function and capacity if I can. I haven't had them for a couple of days because I've got other side effects due to the wrong food and stuff, but the nerve meds were helping with some of the issues that were occurring as well, so I'm going to go back on those once I've got rid of the side effects from other things so that I can tell what side effects might be coming from the nerve stuff and what isn't, and so on and so forth. So I took the main side effect I've really noticed with the nerve things right now is extreme drowsiness, because a lot of doctors and stuff have, well, the people that I've worked with most have sort of said, well, with how fast I've deteriorated and that, mostly all we can do is just manage it now as best I can, so I'm trying to manage it. I did notice the nerve drugs helped with pain and ability to function and capacity and all of that. I've still got issues occurring because I can't fix ligament stuff, and I've still got things with finger twitches if I try to press fingers together and all of that, but yeah, I'm taking a brief break off the nerve meds and the others and just working on getting back on the correct diet and stuff so that I can get rid of the current symptoms I'm having, be it from the wrong food or what. And then I intend on going back and trying the nerve meds again and seeing what sorts of side effects that might cause if I'm on them regularly and so on and so forth. So I just want to see if they can help me to be able to do what I love again if the nerve meds do cause side effects. Possibly what I'm going to have to do is just go on and off them as the side effects occur, wait for the side effects to settle and then go back on it again, but we'll just wait and see. And I almost went to scratch myself with these tweezers, and these tweezers are sharp. They are. How did I do that? I've lined up 3 times by accident the same colour in that one row. Yeah, I've got a different colour in there, but it'll survive. I don't send these flying because Holly's beside me and she'll likely be stabbed by them. That's the last thing I want. At least she's finally settled, unlike the last video where the beginning was all Holly being naughty and me trying to discipline her. Which she sometimes gets naughty when she gets tired, but she's also probably restless today too because she hasn't been out for a walk or much play or any of that because, like, she regularly needs 3 to 4 hour walks most days, except she did start to get a bit tired, so I'm probably going to cut that back to, rather than trying to do every day, I'm going to cut it back to most days, but it'll have less as hotter days come in as well, because obviously I'm not going to be taking her out on the really hot days and risking her health and well-being. But when she doesn't get those walks and stuff, she didn't go out. We didn't go out yesterday either because she was just really tired and mucking up as a result. And so that, and then having heavy rainfall and not being able to walk due to the heavy rainfall as well. Being tired, it all causes misbehaviour, but I didn't understand that till just the other day when I was looking up about her behaviour and what she was doing and how she was acting and so on and so forth. But at least I know now. And I've got mozzie bites all over my feet. I hate mosquitoes. Doesn't help, that's probably because I in part left the back door open so the dogs could run in and out to try and at least give Holly a little bit of exercise this afternoon. But as a result, the mosquitoes have all come inside and bitten me. Oh well, I guess that's life. They've got to live too, I guess. Tell that the fact that I haven't had the nerve meds for a couple of days at least, I can sort of tell the differences trying to work with it like this compared to how it was. Yeah, gotta keep trying. Swelling. Good girls. Thank you for settling down, Holly. Try and keep this functioning capacity if I want to be able to get back to doing things like this and my jewellery making and puzzles and colouring and all of that again, because I need that dexterity and function to be able to do those sorts of crafts. So I need to keep trying. Keep trying to keep that dexterity and function and so on and so forth. Had the coating put on the wrong side. go, one drill lost. Just went flying somewhere. Back to continuing to try the nerve meds once I've got current symptoms that are going on from something under control, and then I'm going to try the nerve meds again because I think they did help. I'm pretty certain of it that they helped. Twitching hand. I messed up that placement, and I almost had them in the right placement too. That's the ABs done. Hand is a bit shaky, but it was worth it. I got them there. Which is great. You can't really tell they're there because of the way the light is, but they're there. I don't know if I move it away a bit, you can see them a bit. Yeah, kind of, but not totally, but yeah. shaking hand. Oh, phew, I didn't spill all the drills that time. Phew. Didn't spill all the drills. Okay. So, next colour. Go to now. Dash one again. 712. Go. You're behaving now, that's good. I almost lost all the drills. 775. can't really tell the light with the way the lighting is, but yeah. I'm just releasing Holly in case she decides to get up on her own again. So that she doesn't just think that she can get up when she wants. Bed somewhere. I'll probably find that stuck to me later on. Wax. What? Around the babies so that they can be stuck to the glue rather than loose. I'll keep pushing them down as I go around through other areas, because some of them you still can't really push down much till they're done. So yeah. Now the colour T is the last colour on here, so makes it a little easier. Well, not the last colour on this section, but the last colour that I've got out of everything. set it directly on the realise, but shaking the drill over this is actually scratched off the colour. I'm just going to switch these couple of inches out. If I can get them out. Worst ones out, but at least now I know not to do that next time. $9.39, which is right at the front. it's filled in again. Hopefully they'll stay stuck since I had to peel them off when the glue was already dried on those others. But I didn't realise that that would cause damage to the drills with the others. But there's another spot where it's worn down. exciting. Man. Go, Holly. Good girl. Behave, Bubba. Separate areas with the way the width sits on this. I did not realise that I placed it at 2 different heights, and as a result got 2 different levels. I guess it'll just be that way till I get to the next section. I can't be bothered trying to pull it back and even it out and all the rest right now. Just like along this edge here too. It's ended up the same. that colour done. Last colour for this section. Reminder, don't scratch it over there. Use a laptop or something like that. I just did it before again. saying you're a ghost right now. It's saying there's no one on. But there we go. Occupational therapist appointment in a little over a week. They're coming up here from the city, and it's happening sooner than was expected. So that's good. Hoping they can help with whatever's going on with me. Hopefully, since I decided to go with the city complex needs place, but they have to come up here to do a functional capacity assessment and that, which is a good chunk of hours, but it's kind of what's needed, and yeah, couldn't keep waiting around for someone in my area to become available kind of thing when there's a shortage of OTs and that, so that it wasn't going to happen until January, and then all of a sudden they rung up and said, oh, December the 11th. So that's something. Also, if you go back and watch the past live stream, excuse the disciplining Holly, she was going through a mischief moment, and she tends to get naughty when she's tired, but also when she hasn't been able to have exercise like today because of all the rain. So she was having a push the buttons moment, and you might already be signed off because it is saying that there's no one on again. But yeah, Holly's got her foot rested up on the table up here beside me, part on the diamond painting, on the rolled part, but yeah. So Holly was going through a push the buttons moment earlier because of the fact that she hasn't been able to get out for her walk today. But then she hasn't been walked for a couple of days because she was just really tired. I was really tired, and so I was resting and I was making sure she got plenty of rest. And then today with the rain, she hasn't been able to play much and all of that. And so she's been going through a bit of a... She kind of goes through this push the buttons, test your phase. Still, particularly when she hasn't been able to go for walks, and particularly also when it's been raining, or she's... No, that's right, that wasn't what I was saying, that's what I've already said. Particularly when she's tired as well, so... yeah. I wouldn't change her for the world, though, in all honesty. I wouldn't. But I'm also trying to trust her more, and since she's growing up and becoming an adult, I'm trying to trust her more rather than just treating her as a misbehaving, mischievous kid. But she still has her moments like that, and just discipline is necessary, but she still has her moments. You still have Lily? Yep, she's on the floor down in here beside me. She is. she's also in the room here. Lily just isn't the snuggler Holly is. Lily doesn't always like to hop up on the bed and stay in the bed. Regularly she'll hop up. She might snuggle for a little bit, but it's on her terms, and the minute she's done, she sort of hops off and moves away kind of thing. Whereas Holly is basically like Velcro dog. She has to always be touching you, around you, hugging you, resting against you, all of that. Which is what I need as in regards to the assistance dog stuff. But Lily's just her own type of dog, and she acts her own way kind of thing. She's not the hugger or snuggler that Holly is. She doesn't have the confidence or the guts and stuff like. Well, I don't know if she doesn't not have guts, but she doesn't have the confidence and all of that due to whatever's happened to her. And so, yeah, she's just a different dog. She prefers to lay on the floor, that kind of thing. I ever stay on the bed with me all night, whereas Holly likes to stay on the bed with me all night. So, just like people, they've got their own personalities. Just like people, when they're tired, they get into mischief, or tired kids get into mischief and all of that. I didn't realise it till yesterday, but but after doing some research, it's like, oh, that's why she gets into mischief sometimes, because you can actually see the bags under Holly's eyes. All of that, so they're kind of very different dogs from each other. Like Lily's more sort of, she's always been this way, like always not really a snuggler. Whenever I try to snuggle, she'd move away from me. She's always preferred to just stay in a bed, and that could be in part because, well, she doesn't always stay in a bed, but most of the time she's in her bed, and all of that is in part because of the fact that I guess she's just a more independent dog. Like, Holly's an independent dog, but she's just very much a dog that likes a lot of snuggles, whereas Lily's not a dog that likes a lot of snuggles. She'll still come and spend time in my room when she wants to, or hop up on the bed briefly, but it's on her terms as to how it happens and when it happens with Lily. Whereas Holly just wants to be up here all the time. Lily will literally give Holly a look and kick Holly off the bed kind of thing. But yeah, they're two very different dogs. I've definitely still got Lily. I still love Lily so much. But they're two completely different dogs with how they act, how they behave, all of that. Like, Lily has come out of herself more since Holly's come home, just because of Holly's confidence and everything else, which is awesome, and she's happier with people around the house, but she's still very not comfortable about the neighbours or all of that sort of thing, and will bark at the neighbours just because she's insecure about them, all of that kind of thing. So they're two very different dogs, but I love them both for their own individual ways. I do. But yeah, Lily's still here. She's in my bedroom as well. Holly's just the one that likes to always be snuggling with me on my bed. But also that's part of her job as an assistance dog as well, so. But she was that way as a puppy too. She was always sitting on the breeder's lap and all of that sort of thing, and I got her home, she's always been a snuggler. Which is the opposite of Lily. But that's okay. I still love them both just as much as each other, and yes, I spend a lot more time with Holly just because of all the training for the assistance dog stuff. But it doesn't mean I love Lily any less. Lily's just a more do her own thing dog. Whereas a Holly's a, let's play mum, let's snuggle mum, let's do this mum, let's do that mum. Basically a let's do everything together dog. She just loves to always be around me and that. Like, she will have moments where she'll go off and play with Lily and so on and so forth. But the majority of the time she's always tailing me or all of that. Whereas Lily just does her own thing. And that's okay. But yeah, she's still here and I still love her very, very much as well. Prince is still here as well. He is, although he's starting to look a little worn for wear. Worse for wear, just because of how I'm still using him to snuggle and all the rest, so it's starting to get a bit worse for wear, but he's still here too. So I may have to retire him from using him for snuggles so that he doesn't get completely ruined sometime. Which will be sad because he's gotten me through so much. But yeah. Will we? But yeah, so Princey's still here too. He is. I definitely still have Lily and I have no intentions of getting rid of her. As I said to her when she was a puppy, we'll always be together. And I still mean that. We will always be together. Till the end anyway. And I'll be devastated when she's no longer here. And I'm certain Holly will too, because Holly absolutely adores Lily. But the day everyone dies eventually. Unfortunately we can't live forever or we'd have a very overpopulated world. I've got an appointment with the occupational therapist. A bit over a week. This coming week I've got the final session for this year with Holly, with the assistant dog trainer. And yeah. Going back to, finally, after nearly 20 years, I'm going back to confront the trauma and stuff that I had from school so I can try and move past that, to try and move on to the future and let go of all of that past history that still affects me to this day. But I wasn't ready to do that before I had Holly. I was still too scared and all of that. Now with Holly, it feels possible to confront my past and hopefully as a result have the chance to move on from that trauma and not have it affect me into the future. Hopefully, is the goal. To do that, I'm going back to my old school and having a tour there with my old counsellor and all of that as well, so I'm trying to take back my life gradually by working through all the things that still affect me to this day and trying to let go of those things so that I can move forwards into the future with my life. And I don't know why everyone seems to remember me with those things, but they do. And yeah, but the counsellor said she would love to give me a tour, and if she can help any way she can to help me move through all that stuff and move on into the future and so on and so on. Just all of that, then she would love to be able to, so it's funny how I'm reconnecting with my old school teachers and how they want to help me through things, so, but it's nice also. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing that, and she said that she'll do whatever she can to try and help me to be able to move on from all those things and all the stuff that I've been struggling with, and try and help me through all of that. And so I'm going to catch up with my old school counsellor on Monday next week, and yeah. So, sorry, I'm just temporarily moving the camera to shift the piece over. Because I've just finished this section that I was working on, so. I need to move it over to be able to work on the next bit. But yeah, so I'm trying to work through the struggles and everything that I've gone through to try and be able to move forwards with my life into the future. Okay, now I just need to zoom out a little. Interesting, but in a good way. Some of these diamond things have started having the coating come off them, because you can see the white underneath with some of them. You can. But yeah. I don't know that I'm going to start on this section next, because I have to actually cut the thing or not, or whether I'll just go to bed because it's nearly 1 AM. But yeah. We'll see. They're very pretty. Yeah, they are. But yeah, so trying to work on moving forward with my future, basically, from now on, but we'll just see how it goes, anyway. We'll see how it all goes. it'll all work out. Hopefully. Only time will tell. Hopefully it will. Anyway, I just need the necessities and then I'll be back. And I might try and do a bit of the black on this section and then I'll probably head to bed after that, but I just want to try doing just a tinsy bit more and then I can go to bed, but yeah. I'm happy with how it's coming together anyway. But I'm making some progress. It is a lot of monotonous colour blocking, but it'll look amazing once done. It will. So I'll be back in a minute. It will. So we got a part with some bats in it, with a bit of a bat wing in it this time. Last one was the moon. No ABs in this one, but that's okay. That's why it looks like there's part of it missing, because it was a bit zoomed in. Oh. All good. Worked it out now. Drills, tweezers. Hopefully it'll all work out anyway. Hopefully it will. Hopefully it'll help me to move on from all the trauma and stuff that I still struggle to let go of to this day. That's the goal anyway. But yeah, I'm just going to duck to the necessities and then I will be back. Got a whole heap of hair in this 310 because of tipping it on my bed. But yeah, I'm gonna start and I'm trying to get 310 areas out as much as possible and the big colour blocking areas out also, just so that I can focus on a lot more of the centre detail areas, which is the bits that I find the most interesting with the confetti and stuff. It'll look amazing, don't get me wrong, once done. And the colour blocking kind of is a nice change. And it does go faster. But still, like, not my favourite. The colour blocking isn't. Give me a piece with tons of confetti any day. But also, at the end of the day, I love this image and I know it'll look amazing once done. So, it'll be worth it. Here we go. Like is ready for when I get back from the necessities. Well, I'll be back right in a minute. I will be back in a minute. Yeah, Lils. Hey, baby. You just winked at me, Lils. Hey, Ollie. Good girl. Hey. Yeah. Good girl. Oh. If I can get up. That is. There we go. Made it. Back in a minute. What do you come out to? back. Sorry, I had to let the dogs out and do a couple of things whilst I was out there. Oh yeah, I'm back now. Okay. Actually, I'm not going to attempt to cut that off right now because knowing me, I'll cut it too short or something and then it won't fit on all the things when I want to go to bed. So nope, don't do that. Don't act on your impulse. I've got my support worker coming at 8 AM tomorrow. Good one, me. And I'm live streaming later than I was intending because of the fact that we had so many power outages last night. And it was annoying as all get out. Had like four proper power outages in the last 2 weeks. Plus, we've also had 2 brownouts in the past 2 weeks. So I don't know what is going on currently with our power company, but they better get the gear in act and get something fixed. So we've had that many this year. It's not funny. We've had even more than what normally happens out at Tallangata Valley. Normally they're worse than us for power outages because we're in the center of the town and they're in the country. But yeah. Not much you can do about it, I guess. You don't get power cuts, really. Oh, you're lucky then. You are? hopefully after so many in such a short amount of time, I'll do something about fixing the power thing, because the house is just on the corner up from me. They still had their power, but my power is completely out and the street lights are out and all of that. So hopefully they'll do something to fix it up with how many there's been going on lately. Hopefully. I guess only time will tell. Did they do anything about it? All I can say is that I'm grateful for battery operated lights and the fact that I actually have battery operated lights in my bedroom and some taped to a door in the kitchen. I don't have any in the toilet area, but I'm glad that so I'd have to use my mobile or something to go to the toilets, but it's like, I'm grateful for that, or else it would be very unsafe for me in this place to try and access the toilets in a blackout and all of that. It would not be particularly safe for me to try and work my way through to go to the toilets and that with all the stuff around. It wouldn't be. So I'm kind of grateful for my battery powered lights. Some people get upset because and complain about the amount that I'm spending on batteries and that to power my battery operated fairy lights and that, but it's like I kind of don't let that get, well, I don't let it get to me, because it's like all these blackouts and stuff we've had, it's like I've been so grateful that I spent the money on the batteries and had the battery power lights, because otherwise I would be in a very tricky situation with the fact that they've all happened right on dark and all the rest. And so it's like I've been grateful that I have spent some money on battery powered lights and that, and as a result I have had light to be able to see. Yeah, torches. Who complains at you? Don't want to go into it, but my mum doesn't like me spending excess money on things. But I'm not going to go into all of that, but literally anything to do with money and spending things, my mum gets up me for. But yeah, I'm not going to go into all of that. I'm trying to move away from it all, because of how badly it's been affecting my life and stuff, so I'm trying not to think about it as much, because then I get really upset and frustrated, and then if Holly starts misbehaving or something, then sometimes if I'm really upset and angry about all of that and how difficult it is to do things around here and all of that, then sometimes it'll accidentally come out in the Holly or Lily, and it's like, if Lily starts barking at the neighbours and stuff, that is, and it's like, I don't want to do that, so I'm trying to avoid going into this whole topic and talking about it and all the rest, and trying to find things to get some help so that I can get the strategies that I've started using working more effectively, and so on and so forth, because I'm sick of it all affecting my life, and I just need to find ways to help myself be able to work through it and all the rest. But yeah, I'm not going to go into it all. There is so much more I could do on that topic regarding all that stuff, but I just don't want to go into it right now, because it gets me that worked up and that upset and all the rest. And it's like, yeah. My little dog had to be put down 2 weeks ago. She was 11. I'm sorry to hear that, Emma. It's awful. I know I'll be devastated when my dogs go. When Lily goes. Lily's 10 this year, heading on to 11 next year. So Lily may not be with me too much longer. I know Holly will be devastated when Lily's no longer around as well, because Holly loves playing with Lily and she's always giving her nibs, like nibbles on the cheek and all of that sort of thing. And I know she'll be devastated when Lily's not here with her as well, because she loves Lily so much. And I'll have to step in and try and support her then, and I'll be devastated when Lily goes eventually as well, but it's like everyone goes eventually kind of thing. But I'm so sorry to hear about your dog, because I know how devastating that would be. Even though I haven't lost Lily or Holly or anything, Lily yet, I still know just how devastated I'm going to be when she's no longer with me. I was so worried about her last year when she was staying out at my mum's for a bit, and she got really crook and unwell being in the heat and all of that. I ended up saying, no, I'm bringing her back in regardless, because I was working with Holly at that point and getting Holly's and my bond together. And I just ended up saying, no, I'm bringing her back, because I didn't want to lose her, and she was literally on death's doorstep out there with how she was handling the heat and all the rest, and not so good at quality food, because I feed the dogs better quality food than my mum feeds her dogs and all of that. So I just said, no, I'm bringing her back. 2 weeks before I had to get one of my hamsters put down too. I'm sorry to hear that. Everyone seems to be going through a bad luck phase at the moment. They do. Although mine did pick up a bit with the fact that I have an earlier OT appointment with them coming up here and all of that, but yeah. I know Lily's time will be coming in the future sometime, because she's aging now, and I just know how it's going to affect Holly, because of how Holly absolutely adores Lily. As well, and it's probably going to affect me just as badly. So Holly and I are going to have to rely on each other to get through that, I guess. She was 2.5. Yeah, sorry to hear that. Yeah. I tear up even thinking about no longer having Lily with me, because Lily's got me through so much before I was finally able to get Holly and start the assistance dog training and so on and so forth. And she'll always be precious to me. Sometimes now Lily gives me a heart attack because she's laying there sleeping, and no matter what I do, she doesn't move, she doesn't budge, she doesn't jump, all of that. It's like, I literally think she's just carped it there on the floor in my doorway near me kind of thing. And it's like, it gives me a huge heart attack, fright kind of thing when I find her that way. Because I always think, oh, don't tell me she's gone and carked it, died on me, or as people in Australia say, carked it. But yeah. The dog hasn't been herself since we got them together as pups, so they've never been apart. Sorry to hear that. Holly literally came home to Lily, then had some time alone with me to work on our bond and training and that, because we just weren't connecting. Me and Holly weren't connecting, so the trainers told me to send Lily away. In the end, I was told that technically dog socialization and all of that, she should have been around dogs and that, she should have technically been around dogs and people a bit so that she wasn't so reactive to them, blah blah blah. But I followed the trainer's advice and I didn't know any better, and at the same time too, I wasn't really connecting with Holly kind of thing because of my circumstances and how I was struggling, and she's a puppy and all of that, and so it worked out better for that, for me starting to build a connection with Holly, which was good. But other than that brief time, Holly has never been away from Lily since she came home. But when Holly initially came home, Lily was not keen on her. I thought Lils would be so excited to have Holly here. It took Lils a while to warm up to her. So, and even now Lils still isn't the real snuggle dog with Holly. But Holly has helped Lil's confidence and all the rest come out. But I do notice that Holly shows a lot more affection to Lily than Lily shows to Holly, and so on. And so I'm certain that Holly will really miss Lils when she goes. But that's also why I guess I'm hoping to, not that's also why, but I'm hoping too that the special assistance dog handler bond that we're building, and I'm trying to work on trusting Holly more now that she's getting to be an adult kind of thing. She still has her moments when she's tired or hasn't been able to exercise, where I can't trust her so much, but I'm trying to show her more trust and stuff like that, which is crucial for our bond and all of that. But I'm because we need to be able to trust each other completely. So I'm trying to work on trusting her more around the house and that sort of thing. But then I'm hoping that the fact that we have the bond we have will help Holly through when Lils is no longer here, and help me through as well, because I'll be devastated when Lils is no longer around. But yeah. And I could see how a dog wouldn't be the same since when they lose a dog they've been around since they grew up kind of thing. Like, obviously Holly was around her brothers and sisters and mum and that, and she had a brief period where she wasn't around Lily, but otherwise, and we spend a lot of time out without Lily and that, but it's like at the same time she has spent quite a lot of time with Lily at home, because, well, I'm not going to get rid of Lils just because I got Holly here, that kind of thing. So, and gives Holly a playmate, Willie another dog friend, all of that, so they do at times spend quite a bit of time together at home playing and that sort of thing, but not as much as a dog that's really, really bonded, but Holly still chooses to follow me around and play with me a lot more than following Willie. But I'm kind of hoping that that'll help both of us when Lil is no longer around, the fact that we have that bond and connection and so on and so forth. Hopefully. But I can see how a dog that's never been apart would greatly miss the friend they've been with for ages. In a lot of ways I'm realizing dogs are a lot like people, and we just have to pay attention to it. Like, I wasn't reading Holly right. I thought she was just mucking up for the sake of mucking up. I didn't realize that she wasn't mucking up for the sake of mucking up. She was mucking up because she was overtired, or because she hadn't had her exercise that day, or so on and so forth. So it wasn't just mucking up for the sake of mucking up. And sometimes she has those days where she just I guess like people, we're tetchy, we're grumpy, we don't feel like cooperating, so we just do everything possible to annoy the other person, or, well, not necessarily annoy the other person, but we just have those days where we just don't care what others think and just do our own thing, even if that makes things hard on the other person. Like for the fact, every now and then, like, I've been teaching her to bring my shoes, my thongs and that to me, and to pick them up and so on and so forth. Every now and then she still chooses to act like a little child and steal the thong and run off with it, so on and so forth. So even dogs have their moods just like humans. I know exactly when Holly's mad or angry or upset with me, because she will turn her head away from me when I go to pat her and get her to look at me and stuff like that. She'll literally turn her head to the side and not want to look at me. And I'm only just learning these things about her, but it's all things that I'm realizing are good to know, because it sort of shows that, well, it's not them just being naughty for a reason. It's them, how they're feeling, what's going on for them, all of the rest. So, yeah. Sometimes you need to know your dog to be able to understand what's going on for it. And I hadn't read that bit with Holly yet, so I'm still always learning new things about her. But we're getting, over time, we get better and better at knowing each other and learning how to read each other. Yeah. How to work together, each other's moods, all of that. But yeah, I can see how your other dog wouldn't be the same since, after losing their best friend. I'm just hoping that it might make things a little easier on Holly when that time eventually comes, because of the fact that she just loves spending and doing so much time with me because of all the assistance dog stuff and that. probably work it out. Holly probably spends more time with me than Lily, but it doesn't mean that I don't see how much she loves and cares about Lily. Because she's grown up with her since she came home as a puppy for most of the time, except for a couple of months. 2 or 3 months or so. Sorry to hear about your loss. Anyway, Emma, I won't say I hope you feel better soon or whatever, because it's like, I know that's not necessarily always the right thing to say, and it doesn't always necessarily help. Got 2 new hamsters now. Nice. I'm happy for you. I love both Holly and Lily so much, but I've got a different bond with each of them. There's a very different bond with each of them. Just because of the fact that Holly is the assistance dog stuff, and Lily is, well, it's not that she's not an assistance dog, but she's She's just different personality, different type of dog, all of that. She just, with the way she acts and all of that, but at the same time she's still very special to me because we've been through a lot together over the years. But we've got very different bonds between me and Holly and me and Lily, just because they're different dogs and different personalities. And also the fact that it's a different bond with Holly as well, because she's doing the assistance dog stuff as well. That creates a very different, unique and close bond. The assistance dog stuff does. Done. Bought any new jigsaws lately? No, because I've got 300 plus and I don't have the finances for anything like that so much now. And I chose to get some diamond paintings on Black Friday, but I haven't bought any more jigsaws just because I've got so many large jigsaws there that I want to get back to and finish and so on and so forth. So I sort of, till I can get back to doing that and achieving more, I've just decided that I'm not going to be buying any more jigsaws. I'm also not going to be buying any more diamond paintings for quite a while now. So what I've got coming from Black Friday and what I've got here to unbox, still I'm not going to unbox everything because I've got so many. And I've already unpacked some and put them away, stored them differently, that kind of thing. But because of all of that, I've literally decided that I'm not going to be purchasing any more jigsaws and stuff till, well, not till, sorry, I'm just getting these out. But I've basically decided that I'm not going to be purchasing any more jigsaw puzzles or that sort of thing for now, because there's other things I also want to save towards. I've got all my debt to pay back, all of that, and I've got so many jigsaw puzzles and so many diamond paintings and that now that I just don't feel the need to buy any more new ones. Basically, I kind of feel like I've got to finish what I've got or try and finish more of what I've got before I go getting more. And I'm hoping when I get to see this new OT that they will be able to help with hopefully me finding some ways to be able to function to do those things again. To be able to do it without the risk of the fainting and all of that sort of thing. So I haven't bought any new jigsaws lately, and I doubt that I will be buying any more in the near future, just because I have so many, and I have so many large jigsaws, and I need to work on finishing some of those before I go getting anything else new. And just also, as said, because of my finances and stuff like that, so basically decided for now that I'm better just focusing on what I've got rather than getting anything new. Intentions of buying any new jigsaws in the near future anyway, because I just need to focus on what I've got, and I need to save money for other things as possible and pay back debts and all of that sort of thing for my medical stuff. And I just don't feel like I need any more new jigsaws right now, because I've got so many others that I haven't been able to work on or finish completing, and so on and so forth. I really want to try and focus on what I have for now rather than getting more. I do. So, just fair warning, just don't expect to see any more or unboxings or any of that into the future. And same for diamond paintings. Once these current ones come, there won't be any more new diamond paintings for quite a while either. All of that. So yeah, because I just don't feel the need for more when I've already got so many that I haven't been able to complete or do, just because of all my health stuff and that. So I want to focus on trying to get through some of what I've got now, and I just want to put the finances towards other things, because I just don't feel like I need more of those or diamond paintings and that for a while now, because I have so many that I want to focus on and enjoy and do, because there is no point keeping on buying when I'm not managing to do them, and there is also no point in buying them when you aren't able to do them. But my goal is still to work towards getting back to doing them all. I did a bit off time lapse with the Bag B Heavenly Sunset, and I'm not sure whether I will continue the time lapse with that or not. I'm still working that out as to whether I'll continue the time lapse with that one or not. I've got to go and look at the other photos and then setting it up again and so on and so forth. But first I need help from, I'm hoping the OT will be able to help with things that might be able to be done, so that I've got some support when standing there, and so that there's support if I do start to faint or whatever, so that I don't pull the table board down on top of me or crash backwards and hit my head and crack my head open, all of that sort of thing. So I'm hoping the OT will be able to help with working that stuff out. But I just don't see the point of buying any more new ones when I've got so many that I want to enjoy and complete and finish in my lifetime. And so, whilst I've got this debt and stuff, I got a little bit of diamond paintings just for birthday and Christmas and that from the Black Friday sales, but now after that, like, I want to save towards getting a PC upgrade for the ability to be able to hopefully play my computer games and that again in the future. I've got to keep working on paying off all my medical debt, so on and so forth. I've got to work towards, till we can find more funding for Holly, I've got to work on trying to have savings to cover the cost for Holly's training. Aside, I've got to try and get some savings aside in case an emergency thing happens to Holly or Lily. Which currently I've got no savings whatsoever if something like that does happen. Did you start the massive one you got from America? No, I haven't even been able to start that. I've still got the Ravensburger Bagby Heavenly Sunset sitting on the table from months and months and months ago, and I'm hoping I haven't lost any pieces from it as a result of how long they've been sitting there loose on the board and stuff like that. I still haven't even finished that puzzle, and then I want to work on trying to finish that one, Making Mickey Magic, some others that I've got open there that I need to finish. But I can't do all of that till I've got a setup that I'm safe at when I'm working on it. Where I can do it without making my symptoms and stuff worse. So I haven't been able to work on puzzles for months. I tried briefly with another one and it left me in that much pain and all of that, and just was a real struggle, and that's why I'm hoping the OT may be able to help with working out some ways forward to give me the ability to do some of those things again. It's not that I don't want to do them, it's about being safe whilst doing them and having the support and stuff to be able to do them, kind of thing. Like, not a support as in having a person there, but support as in having equipment and stuff to keep me safe and give me some support when standing and all of that sort of thing. And I'm really hoping that all the pieces are there from the Heavenly Sunset 18,000 piece bag B. If not, I'm probably going to have to contact Ravensburger again about the missing pieces. It's lucky I found the piece on the other puzzle, because the piece they sent in the mail never arrived. Just like the first time. The piece they sent the first time never arrived with the Heavenly Sunset puzzle either. The bag A was missing that one piece that I could not find anywhere. I'm hoping there won't be pieces missing as a result of it being sitting there for so many months, unable to be done. Hopefully, not had the capacity or the function to be able to start on working on them again. So I'm really hoping this new OT will be able to help with getting stuff back on my NDIS plan that I've lost, that they took off, but also help with equipment suggestions and stuff that we can put on for the next review, when we go for the next review, to try and get the things that I need to be able to have a bit of capacity to do those sorts of things. But I won't know till I meet her, because she's coming up from Melbourne. I won't know till then what she might be able to do to help, and so on and so forth. She's going to do a functional capacity assessment and all of that stuff. But I'm hoping that she might be able to help, since I chose to go with a complex needs occupational therapist over just a normal occupational therapist in my area. And I'm hoping that might make the difference with them being able to help with some suggestions and things that I can do to be able to function and do these things that I love. I'm hoping. But I won't know till I see them if they have suggestions or stuff that they can help with all of that. But I'm hoping. Because I literally haven't been able to do any of my art or colouring either. Because all the hand therapists and that haven't been able to work out something to help support me whilst I do that. All the hand therapist exercises, they've all made things worse. And so it's like, it's been very tricky trying to find something to be able to help me. But the Kodak 51320, no, I have not started on that yet. Because I just have not had the function or the capacity to be able to do so. And I'm not going to be starting on any new ones till I've completed all of what I've currently got in progress. Because I want to complete all of what I've currently got in progress, so then I can just... Since then, I've learnt that I like to focus on one project at a time. So, because otherwise I sort of lose my focus on where I'm at and so on and so forth. So, my goal is to work through all of the work in progresses first. And then go back to just one project at a time. And hopefully the occupational therapist can help me with being able to do those things again, and having equipment or something that can help me be able to do those things again. Fingers crossed. But I won't know till I see her, as to if she has any suggestions for things to help me be able to do things again. So only time will tell. But hopefully I'll have an idea in a bit over a week when I see her. Hopefully. able to do the things that make me me that I love again. It's just needing some work, some help to try and work out how to make that possible. And I'm hoping, as said, Complex Needs OT will have some ideas and some ways to be able to make it happen. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, because no one else here has any clue what to do, because my body just rejects everything. Yeah. It is very annoying and frustrating. Everything just seems to make me worse, even the simplest exercises. It annoys me to no end. Go and get the dogs in soon and head to bed, because my support worker gets here at 8 and it's 2 a.m. Got my puzzle set up. It's all go here. Nice. I hope you enjoy it. What puzzle are you doing currently? me open things. Oh. I missed some C's. Dang it. It's a Winter Wonderland puzzle I'm collecting. KA Inner Mystic puzzles. And the new one out isn't available here at the moment. I've got the 6 already out. Okay, nice. I hope you enjoy them then. Some of the C's. I thought I got them all, but I missed some. I might have to transfer things over to the case that I've already got stuff in, but I don't want to have to switch everything in and out all the time. Do you ever get lonely? Used to a lot more than I do now that I've got Holly and Lily. Holly gets me out more and stuff, so I don't get as lonely, and with everything that's going on in my life and all of that with people, I tend to prefer being alone a lot more these days, kind of thing, when I'm not needing to be around people, kind of thing. And kind of with the 2 dogs and finding my faith and religion in God and stuff again, I just don't feel like I need people to be happy in my life, kind of thing. As long as I've got my dogs and God, I believe that I can always be happy, kind of thing, and fulfilled. I used to get lonely a lot, but now I've learnt to appreciate my own company and find the joy in the little things, kind of thing. And also, with all I've been going through, fighting people, battling, struggling, sometimes it's just easier to be alone. It's like I'm not looking for a relationship because of the fact I want to learn to work on myself and my confidence and my beliefs and all the rest. So yeah. So these days I don't really tend to get lonely much because I've got the dogs, I've got my stuff with God, and because I can feel God's presence and that, and I don't get upset and stuff and start thinking He's to blame for all my bad luck and that, because He's not. That's the devil that's causing all of that stuff. It's just these days, no, I don't get lonely anymore, because as long as I've got God and my dogs, I could never be lonely, because my dogs help me to get out and do things. Well, Holly helps me get out and do things, and yeah, just know God will always be there for me no matter what. And with everything I've been dealing with fighting people and struggling and battling, just a lot of the time these days I'm happier on my own. Happier on my own with my dogs and just going out and doing our own thing together. And I can sort of, I know God's always with me, even when I can't always feel his presence because I'm upset or angry or whatever for things even. And I need to talk to him again and sort of get things back on track there, but I just don't feel the need these days for a heap of human company, because all it's doing is trying to defend myself, to protect, to battle, to fight for what I need, to get people to see what I need or understand what I need. And so many people are in denial because they don't want to see that I need these things or this help or this support and so on and so forth. And it's like, at the end of the day, I'm just happy at going out and doing things with me and the dogs and having the odd human contact when we're out doing things. And I just like coming home and being alone. I don't necessarily want people here a lot of the time. And I've got enough human contact also with my support worker and all of that sort of stuff too. So I like being on my own, but it's not that often with my family, etc. Yeah, I understand. I'm not always on my own kind of thing, but I spend a lot of time on my own, but I've still got time with the support worker, and lately I've had doctor's appointments, that kind of thing. A lot of the time I just want to be on my own because I'm just sick and tired of dealing with people, and I've realised I don't need people to be happy or whatever. All I really need is my dogs and God and some faith and trust and belief in myself in that, and I can be happy and content in this life. And just to have people around or supports around as needed kind of thing. Which is typically weekly, but that's all I need. I just prefer being by myself with the dogs and in God's presence and that kind of thing. It's easier than being around people and that these days. So, no, I don't really tend to get lonely these days because I'm never alone with when I've got God or my dogs around. Seeing Lily and Holly play, they're like my kids, and it's like things don't feel empty when I hear them playing, or when we're playing together or cuddling or spending time together. I just don't have any reason to feel alone because I've got all the company that I need in my dogs and God. And that's the honest truth. yeah. I just don't have any reason to feel lonely these days. Because I never am lonely, because I'm never alone. Because I've got the dogs and God with me. And when I don't, and even when I got God and dogs with me, I've also still got the odd human contact in there. So I have no reason to be lonely, because it's not like I don't still have human contact, or not like people don't approach me with Holly helping me to get out up the street and all of that sort of thing. So, yeah. Don't feel any reason to be lonely, because I never feel alone. Got a couple of hours peace before everyone comes home. Nice. I hope you enjoy it. I do. I'm going to go to bed once I finish this part of the bat swing, because I have to be up again before 8 a.m. tomorrow, because my support worker's coming in. I'll let the dogs out the back. Hopefully they're not getting into Mum's nets or whatever, because she still complains about that. Yeah, I'm gonna go and get them in shortly, and then we're gonna go to bed. Try and get a bit of rest, which it won't be much. I was having fainting spells and stuff today, and all of that, so sometimes not. It was a good chance to train Holly some in that sort of thing. As I could, as well as I could when I was not feeling great, so, yeah. Got one more colour left here. Will you spend Christmas? Last year what I did was spend it here, and then we went to my mum's cousin's last year, but my mum's cousin doesn't want Holly there, so makes me very awkward without having her around, and that, and very hard for me to be around anything else when I don't have Holly there with me. But yeah, it is what it is. If someone doesn't want her in their private home, you can't force it, kind of thing. Like public access is an assistance dog, says that you can take her in anywhere legally. You've got public rights to take her into those places. But regarding someone's private home, you can't, that's a different matter, kind of thing. You can't just take them in someone's private home. You still got to get permission, and if the person doesn't want them in their private home, they're not really welcome in that person's private home. So probably what will happen again, but yeah. Probably will be, but it's not a comfortable time and that for me, because I never feel comfortable in those social situations or scenarios or stuff without Holly around. Even Christmas at my grandparents' was always very uncomfortable for me because I didn't know how to talk to people or what to say or this or that. So it was always a very awkward, uncomfortable scenario for me. And it's the same anywhere I go if I don't have Holly with me. If I have Holly with me, she helps because I can manage, because she helps me cope with those scenarios. Yeah, it is understandable regarding someone else's private home. I'm not saying that, but literally it is not easy for me if I don't have her with me. But it's like you have to respect someone else's wishes if it's their own private home kind of thing. You do? So I'm not saying that it's not understandable. I'm just saying it's not necessarily easy for me to do that without her around kind of thing. I understand why someone might not want the dog in their house, so on and so forth. That's fair enough. I'm not going to go bringing the dog in if they don't want it in. But it doesn't mean that then it's not, because Holly helps me to be able to cope with the anxiety and all of the rest. If I don't have her there with me, it makes it a very uncomfortable, awkward situation for me. But I'm not going to go doing something if someone doesn't want her in their house and so on and so forth. And I do understand that scenario with people's private homes. And I'm not saying that I wasn't saying that I didn't understand that. I was just trying to explain how it was different between a private home and a public access place kind of thing. I was never saying I didn't understand why people might not want Holly there. I was just trying to explain also how uncomfortable I am and how awkward and anxious and all the rest I am without Holly around me. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to go and try bringing her into someone's house when they don't want her there kind of thing. I would still respect that person's wishes, but it just means it's going to make it a very uncomfortable and awkward and not that great an experience for me, because I'm trying to deal the whole time with managing all of my anxiety and all the rest about being in that situation and around people and having to deal with conversations and talking and all of that sort of stuff. Like, I just don't manage those things very well, but having Holly with me makes it more manageable. But I do understand regarding people's private homes, you have to respect their wishes. And I was never not saying that. It just then makes it a very uncomfortable, awkward scenario for me, because I spend the whole time awkward and trying to manage how I'm feeling and my emotions, and if I start feeling crook, it makes it even harder, so on and so forth. Whereas having Holly there, being able to pat her or do things with her, that makes it manageable. But I do understand how people feel about their personal homes and if they want the dog in there or not. But still respect their wishes regardless. This means for me though that it still is a very uncomfortable scenario because and I have to try and deal with all of those things, which is a lot easier when I've got Holly to take my attention off it all, to help me cope with it all, blah blah blah. But yeah, I'm still going to respect that person's wishes because I do understand that some people just don't want the dog in their house and so on and so forth. Just means for me, I spend most of the day just wishing that I could get away and get back home and get away from the scenario because I'm not coping. When I've got Holly there, I'm able to enjoy it, cope with it, deal with it. But when I don't have her there, I do not handle it well, and yeah, it just does not work out very well for me because I'm in a very uncomfortable place. I'm feeling very awkward and don't know how to manage everything, so. But I'm not going to go disrespecting what someone else wants with their house or whatever, because I do understand not everyone is comfortable having a dog in the house or so on and so forth. So as a result, every year I dread coming up to Christmas, not because I'm a Christmas Grinch or any of that, but because of the fact that literally I feel so uncomfortable in those situations that I just literally cannot cope with it all. Do they have dogs or pets? Nope. Just because I don't like dog hair and stuff like that, basically, from what I know. But yeah, I still respect their wishes, but it's never a comfortable time for me and my ability to cope and all of that. Usually what I'll do, because I start feeling crook, I'll just go and excuse myself and sit somewhere quietly on my own because I don't know what to say, I don't know how to converse with people. It just ends up a very awkward and hard time for me, and so I will use my disability stuff or whatever as an excuse to get away on my own and not have to deal with people. Pretty much how I spend every Christmas. I end up going off on my own and using my disability or all of those issues as a way for me to move away from everyone and have some quiet time, be able to cope with it all. So usually I spend the majority of Christmas Day just sitting by myself, dozing and stuff like that, just so that I'm not having to deal with people and my mum and all the rest, because I just can't handle it. And it's not because I don't love Christmas or any of that. I really do love Christmas, and holly is named after the holly at Christmas. It's just the fact that I can't cope with the Christmas gatherings and all of that stuff. I can't. And so I spend the time. So, usually after lunch I'll use some reason to get the chance to get away from everyone and just sit on my own and doze and stuff, just so that I'm not having to deal with all the Christmas chatter and all the rest. Or deal with the awkwardness of me sitting there while everyone else chatters and me not understanding what people are talking about and so on and so forth. Not knowing what to talk about. All of that. So, yeah. Christmas is not a particularly easy time for me with all the people around and that sort of thing. I typically, for years now, as I said, I'll use some excuse or reason to literally get away from everyone and just spend most of Christmas on my own. Because I just can't handle the gathering and get together and the conversations and all of that. But yeah. I've literally finished the bit that I was going to do for tonight. Well, I wasn't intending on starting on this section tonight, honestly. But, yeah. Yeah. It's like it's a surprise that can you not go? No. I don't have a choice, basically. I have to go or my mum considers me rude. In a lot of ways I'd rather spend Christmas alone, but yeah. My mum likes to go, so I go for her, but I would rather even spend Christmas alone and not even with her, just on my own, just me, the dogs, all of that. Possibly pack a picnic, go to the park. That's my ideal time out now, is just going out with the dogs to somewhere quiet, or with Holly to somewhere quiet, because I can't take Lily out. Not having anyone with me, because then no one can pick or complain or make comments about things or all of that. I can just go out quietly. We can do our own thing. All I have to do is socialise and work on training Holly, that kind of thing. And I don't have to deal with anyone else or any of that sort of stuff. Like the dog trainer and stuff, that's different because that's specifically focused on Holly, that kind of thing. And that kind of conversation's okay to talk about, but a lot of people don't want to just talk about Holly all the time. So, and that's the same for my mum as well, but yeah, basically I have to go. I can't not go. Basically a requirement, and my mum would consider me rude if I didn't go to things, or if I wanted to spend Christmas alone, so on and so forth. So yeah, I'm basically required to go. if I tried to say anything against it or whatever about not being comfortable, like I've said it many years over the thing, my mum's like, well, you're still supposed to sit there and listen, and you might catch something or take something on, or so on and so forth. It's like, how can I take stuff in or understand things or take things on or know what to talk about or whatever if I don't understand what is going on in the conversations? I try to, but it usually just feels awkward because I'm sitting there awkwardly twiddling my thumbs whilst everyone else is talking around me, and I'm not understanding a word they say because there's multiple conversations going on at once. And yeah, Christmas is a very awkward time for me. A lot of people don't realise how awkward I am going to the shops or all of that, because in the past I've sort of faked my comfort with all of that, and hidden my anxiety and so on and so forth, and it's kind of come out as meltdowns when someone's said something in relation to something I've said and all of that, and it's like, yeah, but you can't say I don't want to go or I'd be considered rude, and more, so. And I'm not going to go into all of that, but it's just easier to go excuse myself with an excuse to do with my disability stuff or whatever, than to end up having a whole disagreement and stuff with my mum over how awkward I feel and all the rest. You could start a conversation. I don't know what to talk about with people. I feel too awkward to start conversations, which is where it's a surprise that on YouTube I can do this. But the reason I can do YouTube is literally because it is, with autism, you kind of get these fixated hobbies and you learn a lot about that. And so that's why it's easy for me to do this on YouTube. Christmas or with people in general, literally someone has to start a conversation with me first because I can't think of anything to say to them. So I literally can't start conversations myself. If I do start a conversation, it's usually about Holly, because that's all I know to talk about as a conversation. Conversation, as much as it doesn't seem so from here, is a very awkward thing for me. Very difficult thing for me. So, it's easy to say you could start a conversation, but I don't know what to start a conversation about or all of the rest, so yeah, literally that doesn't really work. But anyway, it is what it is. I just have to get through another Christmas and then I won't have to deal with it again for another year. And it's not because I'm a Christmas Grinch or any of that. I love Christmas, but the whole gathering, get together, all of that, it's too much for me, literally. It is not a comfortable time for me. Which is a lot of things when I've started learning about myself that I've realised all of that stuff. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to go and get ready for bed, get the dogs in. And yeah, just got to get through another Christmas and then it won't be another Christmas for a while, so yeah, it is what it is. And at least it's still a way for me to get away from it all anyway by excusing myself and that kind of thing. So yeah. Anyway, as said, I'm gonna head to bed, and I'll talk to you later, I'm sure. And yeah, I hope you have a good day anyway. I can't really explain why I can't start conversations and stuff, but it's not an easy thing for me at all, so. Even now, I'm already not looking forward to Christmas, and it's only 25-ish days away. And yeah, I'm just feeling very uncomfortable about it. Can't you pretend to be ill and not go? My mum wouldn't fall for that, unfortunately. I wish, but my mum wouldn't fall for it. Last year I had all my blood pressure stuff and that, and still had to go basically, so yeah. It is what it is. Thank you for the suggestions anyway. But yeah. Just got to get through it again, and then it'll be over and done with. It will. If I pretended to be ill also and then was out with Holly when my mum came back, then she'd know that I wasn't ill and so on and so forth too, so yeah. But yeah, anyway, it'll work out, and I've just got to get through another Christmas, and then I'll be able to be back to just doing my own thing again, so yeah. Anyway, I'm going to head to bed. I hope you have a good evening or good day, and I will talk to you later. I just need to go and sleep because my support worker will be here in about 5 hours and 20 minutes, so I need to try and get some sleep. So I will talk to you later. Thank you for the chat anyway, Emma, and the suggestions. I'll definitely keep those in mind. And I will talk to you later, I'm sure. But yeah, at least I got done a bit more than I was intending to tonight, which was good. So yeah, I will. Actually, I'm just gonna cut the plastic off this end if I can. But yeah, I'll definitely talk to you later sometime, I'm sure. And yeah, I'm gonna get ready for bed. Just leave a bit of plastic up to cover that area there. Yeah, just got to get it through it again for another year, and then it'll be done. That's all I can do. Yeah, I'll talk to you later anyway. Just need to try and get some rest. Thanks. Hopefully I will sleep well. And yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye. And at least I can come home after it anyway, and I can just de-stress on my own. And if they've worked out with the OT how to do some of my crafts, I can try and do a bit of my crafts and so on and so forth. So at least after Christmas Day, I'll get to come home and I just get to be on my own, because my mum goes back home to her place, and then I basically just get to spend the evening alone here with the dogs. So at least I've got that time to de-stress and calm down and yeah, all the rest. But yeah, I'll talk to you later anyway, and thank you for the suggestions. I'll definitely keep them in mind.